Oh, he's an interpreter.
Yeah. Tell the interpreters first.
You just have to tell him that's all, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is the Spanish interpreter.
And your name for the record?
This is Laura Arroyo.
And have you been sworn in today?
No, I have not, Your Honor.
You raise your right hand to be sworn in. Will you interpret from Spanish to English and English to Spanish to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes. Your Honor, is this for courtroom 3 or courtroom 2?
2.
2. Okay, give me a second to connect to the podium.
Okay.
That's Lopez. No. Lopez, huh?
The interpreter is connected.
All right. Your name, sir?
Your Honor.
Álvaro López Salazar.
Your Honor.
Alvar Lopez Salazar.
Sorry to interrupt you, but this, he has a victim and they also need an interpreter.
Okay. All right, Madam Interpreter, if you could interpret for the victim as well. Sir, you are here in case number 2020 MM 3430 AO, 1 count of battery domestic violence. I reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. And our witness, your name?
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Rosa Corral.
Señora, no le oigo. Tiene que acercarse al micrófono.
Rosa Corral.
Rosa Corral.
Ma'am, you were listed as the alleged victim in this case.
Señora,
Go on.
Señora, le tenemos a usted aquí como la supuesta víctima en la causa.
As the alleged victim, you are entitled to provide input with regards to conditions of his release.
Como siendo usted la supuesta víctima, estaría usted en sus plenos derechos de dejarnos saber su opinión con respecto a las condiciones de libertad para este señor.
Some of the things that we need to consider is whether or not, if you live together, if you should still live together.
Una de las cosas que tendremos que tener en cuenta es si ustedes conviven o viven juntos bajo el mismo techo y si deben de seguir conviviendo juntos.
Whether or not contact, some form of limited contact, or no contact is appropriate.
Si debe de haber contacto y si es así, si ese contacto debe ser limitado o no tener contacto en absoluto.
Whether or not the defendant should be precluded from possessing any sort of guns, knives, or weapons.
Si se va a permitir que el acusado tenga armas, cuchillos o armas de fuego.
Whether or not drugs or alcohol are a problem.
Si existe o no problemas de alcohol o drogas.
Or any number of other issues.
O un sinfín de otros puntos.
That being said, is there anything that you want to tell me regarding this situation that you think I should take into consideration?
Siendo así, ¿hay algo que usted desea decirme con respecto a la situación que considera usted que yo debería de tener en consideración?
Sí.
Yes.
What do you want to tell me?
A ver, cuéntame.
Esta no es la primera vez que lo hace y yo temo que él lo siga haciendo.
This is not the first time that he does this, and I'm in fear that he'll keep doing this.
Do you want him to come home or find another place to live temporarily?
¿Usted desea que regrese al hogar o prefiere que él de manera provisional se encuentre otro lugar donde quedarse?
En otro lugar.
Somewhere else.
Are you in fear for your safety?
¿Usted tiene miedo por su seguridad física?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you want to have contact?
¿Quiere usted seguir teniendo contacto con él?
No, para nada.
No, not at all.
All right, State, do you have any questions for her?
Yes, do you have any concerns for the child?
¿Usted tiene alguna preocupación con respecto al menor de edad que tienen?
No, con ellos no.
No, not with them.
Nothing further.
Any questions from the PD?
No questions, Your
All
Honor.
right. Any input from the state with regards to release?
Is that we would ask for no contact with the victim, separate residence, no weapons or firearm, and that's all, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, we ask that he be allowed to have a one-time return with law enforcement and that he be released, pre-trial release as he qualifies.
All right. Ma'am, does it make a difference to you if he has to post a monetary bond to be released?
Señora, ¿a usted le interesa de una manera u otra si él tenga que depositar una cantidad monetaria para ser puesto en libertad?
Yo no voy a pagar nada por él.
I'm not going to pay anything for him.
Okay. All right. We'll give him pretrial release, no contact with the alleged victim, no return to the scene, maintain separate residence, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. You can return once with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve your belongings.
Muy bien, se le va a conceder a él libertad provisional, estará prohibido tener ningún tipo de contacto con la víctima, estará prohibido regresar al lugar de los hechos, no se le permitirá residir con la víctima, se le prohibirá la tenencia de armas, cuchillos o armas de fuego y se le permitirá, una vez acompañado por un agente policial, regresar a la vivienda para recoger sus pertenencias.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for being here, ma'am.
Gracias por haber venido, señora.
De nada.
You're welcome.
Not do anything. I'll hang around.
Your Honor, the next defendant coming up also has a victim here that needs an interpreter.
Okay, thank you. Your name, sir?
¿Su nombre, señor? Dauriel Ríos.
You're here in case number 20MM3437AO, one count of assault, domestic violence, reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. Ma'am, your name?
Señora, ¿cuál es su nombre?
Irelis Ríos.
Irene Ríos.
Sí.
Ma'am, is there anything that you want to tell me with regards to this incident?
Señora, ¿acaso hay algo que me quiere usted contar con respecto al incidente?
Sí,
Yes.
What do you want to tell me?
¿Qué es lo que me quiere contar?
que en ningún momento él nos tocó ni a mí ni a ningún miembro de mi familia.
Perdón, señora. I'm sorry. There's double. Her voice is coming twice, and I can't understand her. Maybe I'm just going to ask her to back away from the mic. Aléjese solo un chininín del micrófono porque no sale claro.
Okay.
Dímelo.
Que en ningún momento él me tocó a mí ni a ningún miembro de mi familia. Solo llamé a la policía para calmar la situación porque estaba bajo los efectos del alcohol. Por primera vez se puso un poco violento. No hubo ninguna agresión.
At no time did he touch me or any member of my family. I only called the police because he was under the influence of alcohol, and it was the first time I had ever seen him be violent. But he was never physically aggressive towards us.
Hey, do you have any questions for her?
No questions, Your Honor.
Spence, do you have any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, do you live together?
Señora, ¿ustedes viven juntos bajo el mismo techo?
No, mi identificación sale con esa dirección, pero yo tengo el contrato de arrendamiento de mi apartamento.
No, my ID shows that address, but I have my own lease with my own apartment.
Do you want to have contact with him?
¿Usted quiere seguir teniendo contacto con él?
Sí, es mi hermano.
Yes, he's my brother.
Okay. All right. Any input from the state with regards to release?
Yes, Your Honor, just lost all contact and no drugs or alcohol.
Any input from the defense?
And we just ask that he gets pretrial release. He qualifies.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and ROR you with the conditions: no hostile contact with the alleged victim. No hostile contact means no physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, or verbal abuse. Maintain a separate residence, and do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand, sir?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, we're just going to put that over the PA so the victim hears.
Oh, okay.
Se le va a conceder caución juratoria y las condiciones de su libertad será que usted está prohibido de ser hostil hacia nadie, no puede ser emocionalmente, físicamente o verbalmente hostil, no puede residir con la víctima y estará prohibido el consumo de alcohol y drogas. ¿Me está entendiendo, señor?
Yes. All right. Thank you. Your name, sir?
Carlos Carvajal.
Carlos Carvajal.
You're here in 20 CF 5834 AO, one count of battery, felony battery. I've reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. I'll set your bond at $500. He also qualifies for pretrial release with conditions: no contact with the alleged victim, no return to the scene, and do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Do you know if he wants the bond or the PTR?
¿Qué violencia yo tuve? ¿Cuál fue la violencia que me hizo usted? ¿Qué fue lo que pasó que usted me dice que violencia?
What is it that happened? You told me something about violence.
It's a battery charge. Sir, the question is, do you want to be released by posting a $500 bond, or do you want to be released through the pretrial release program?
Libertad provisional. No me pusieron fianza. Libertad provisional.
Pretrial release.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, we've done it before. Yeah. Those are different. Brave new world. Yeah, but sometimes we still don't get it. Mm-hmm. Your name, sir?
My name is Paulo Polito.
Sorry, Your Honor, this is Portuguese.
Oh.
So I can
speak in English. I understand you speak please. I speak Spanish. I just speak Portuguese in English.
Do you need a Portuguese interpreter, or do you understand what I'm saying?
So you have a Portuguese.
Can we move that microphone? Yeah. All right, say it again, sir.
If you have a Portuguese translator, I thank you, man, sir.
If you want a Portuguese translator, I'm gonna have to roll you to tomorrow.
No, so
Oh, do we have one? Listen, I'm gonna appoint the public defender. I'm gonna ROR him. Do you want me to roll him for a Portuguese interpreter or no?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Sir, I'm gonna release you without having to post a bond. Do you understand?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender, ROR. Let's get him to watch the video.
Your Honor, the interpreter disconnected the headsets. There's too much of a beeping interference. I can barely hear, so I'm just going to do it over the PA.
Okay.
He doesn't need the headsets.
Hey,
All right.
And you can move the microphone back in front of him. If the officer can move the microphone back in front of him. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Williams. Your name, sir?
Dígame su nombre, señor.
Nombre mío es Carlos López Rodríguez.
My name is Carlos Lopez Rodriguez.
You are here in case number 17 CF.
You can continue, Your Honor.
Oh, 2168.
Usted se encuentra aquí en el número de caso 17 CF216A
On one count of violation of probation.
por un cargo de incumplimiento de la libertad vigilada.
According to this warrant, your bond is set at no bond.
Según el mandato de arresto, se consta que usted no tiene derecho a fianza
I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
y se le designa defensor público para representarle.
Ok, pero a mí no me cogieron nada encima. Yo estaba limpiando un sitio ahí que yo limpio y ahí duerme un montón de gente. El guardia llegó y cogió unas cosas en el piso y me las echó a mí encima. Me dice que eso es mío.
Yes, but they never found anything on me. I was just cleaning the area where everybody sleeps at, and the officer found that stuff there, and he just blamed it on me.
Pues ellos me registraron, no me hallaron nada.
They searched me, and they didn't find anything on me.
Sir, you have the right to remain silent.
Señor, usted tiene el derecho de guardar silencio.
Talk to your lawyer before you talk to me, okay?
Antes de ponerse a hablar conmigo, consulte con su abogado.
Okay.
Thank you. Your name, sir?
Dígame su nombre, señor.
Héctor Luis Román Díaz.
Héctor Luis, ¿qué?
Román Díaz.
Hector Luis Roman Diaz.
You are here in case number 20 CF 5825.
Usted se encuentra aquí en el número de caso 20 CF 5825
and case number 20 MO 548.
y el número de caso 20 MO 548.
I've reviewed your affidavits,
He estudiado la affidavit,
found probable cause,
determinado que existe indicios de criminalidad,
appoint the public defender,
se le designa defensor público
and I'll stay your bonds.
y se mantendrá la fianza tal cual.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Is that all our Spanish interpreter cases?
yes, Your Honor.
Madam Interpreter, can you ask if there's any witnesses that need the services of the Spanish interpreter?
Of course. ¿Hay alguien más en el público que requiere un intérprete en español? Si es así, levante la mano.
Mr. Williams, is there anybody there that needs
No.
the Spanish interpreter as a witness?
No.
All right.
Wait,
Thank you.
yeah. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yes, it is. Didn't she what she said that earlier? That's me.
Sign language. She's early. Our sign language interpreter is here if we want to pull that case.
Yes, Your Honor. She needs an interpreter? Why she didn't say that at first? Okay, because her person's not gonna show up, but she can still speak. Her person is not gonna show up. She refused to come forward. But she can still talk.
We have a victim here, Judge, who needs an interpreter. However, the defendant won't be here due to a refusal.
Okay.
So
All right, Madam Interpreter, if you could let her know we're going to roll that case to tomorrow.
Señora, el caso para usted se va a aplazar para mañana.
Mañana yo no puedo, estoy trabajando.
I can't be here tomorrow. I'll be working.
What do you want to tell me about this case?
Con respecto a este caso, ¿qué es lo que usted me quiere contar?
Solamente quiero que sepan que mi hermana solamente tiene problemas y como siempre ella le trae, la regla le viene, ella se coloca muy histérica y no controla la forma de actuar. Entonces no la quiero condenar a nada, solamente que ella esté calmada. Por eso llamé a la policía porque ya no podíamos hacer como calmarla.
Okay. I just want to say that my sister suffers from a problem. Whenever she gets her menstruation, she becomes hysterical. She can't control the way she behaves. I don't want her to be punished in any way. I just called the police in order to calm her. We just wanted her to calm down.
All right. And what is the defendant's name?
¿Cuál es el nombre de la acusada?
Well, el nombre de ella es Niseth, Niseth, pero se lo colocaron diferente.
Nesbitt Correa. She was the
Her
first
name
one.
is Niset, Niset, but they misspelled it.
Okay. All right, State, do you have any questions for her? Correa, it's our second DV case. Case number 20MM3453. It's Nisbeth Correa. Second DV case. Oh, it could be on the move-ups. I don't know.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, she's the second one on the move up, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Has anything like this happened before?
Señora, algo semejante a lo que ha ocurrido, ¿acaso ha ocurrido antes?
I mean, ella tiene problemas mentales, entonces siempre que le pasa la regla, se coloca histérica. Entonces, durante estos 5 meses, ella estaba bien y ella mantiene haciendo cosas para que se tranquilice, pero como no he podido salir ni nada, ella no tiene nada que hacer, entonces se coloca histérica y ha pasado esto con mi mamá y conmigo.
Like I said, she's always suffered mental problems, and whenever she gets her period, she becomes hysterical. And for the past 5 months, she's been good. She finds ways to distract herself, things to do. But because of this situation, she's not been able to go out, and she has nothing to do. So she became hysterical and took it out on my mom and me.
Do you live in the same home with her?
¿Usted vive en la misma casa con ella?
Sí.
Yes.
Your Honor, due to the pretty significant history of not convictions but arrests with this defendant, then we would ask for no contact, separate residence, no weapons or firearms.
So I just want to talk to her since she's not going to be here tomorrow. If the PD wants to waive their client's appearance, then we can get into that. But I figured at the minimum we could just get her testimony out today. Do you guys have any questions?
I have no objection to waiving her appearance and doing the IA.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Correa,
Yes.
do you want your sister to return home?
Señora, ¿usted desea que su hermana pueda regresar al hogar?
I mean, claro, porque ella no tiene dónde irse. Solamente somos yo y mi mamá.
Interpreter wants to catch the first part. Dijo usted que ¿qué fue lo primero que dijo?
Que sí, que yo quiero que ella esté en casa porque solamente somos yo y mi mamá.
Yes, I do. I want her to come home because the only people that she has are my mother and myself.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. So if the PD is going to waive their appearance, any additional input from the state?
To consider the arrest record, Your Honor, in
DV,
entering the
DV, battery. Foul history, ag assault with a deadly weapon, battery, DV. All right, any input from the defense?
Your Honor, we just ask that there is contact, no hostile contact, and that she is able to stay in the home with her mom and sister, her sister's testimony.
I'm sorry, do you guys live together?
¿Ustedes viven todas juntas?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. All right, I'll set her bond at $500. No hostile contact with the alleged victim. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Is she prescribed any kind of medication?
Voy a fijar la fianza en $500. No puede haber ningún tipo de contacto hostil con la víctima. Estará prohibida armas, pistolas. ¿Acaso ella ha sido recetada algún medicamento por un médico?
Ella estaba tomando medicamentos, pero los dejó hace 5 meses, pero ella estaba tranquila. Pero después que pasó esto, ella estaba yendo a therapy y estaba más tranquila, pero no necesitaba medicamentos ahora.
¿Pero no, perdón?
Pero no necesitaba medicamentos durante ese tiempo.
Okay. She was taking medications, but she stopped taking them about 5 months ago. She was calm. She was going to her therapy. But because of the situation, well, she hasn't, and she doesn't really need to be taking, didn't need to be taking those medications during those 5 months because she was calm.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Bien, gracias.
Ya nada.
Thank you,
You're
Madam
welcome.
Interpreter.
You're welcome. The interpreter will disconnect.
All right, have a good one. We have our sign interpreter. Sorry, sir. Yeah, all the way up here? Okay. All right, and then Madam Interpreter, your name for the record,
Julie Balassa, Nationally Certified Interpreter.
and have you been sworn in
I
today?
have not.
If you could raise your right hand, do you swear to interpret from American Sign to English and English to American Sign Language?
I do.
Your Honor, we can't see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I see you so-so, not so well.
You want to sit down?
I think I-
We can see.
Where is my lawyer? Where's my attorney?
Your name, sir?
It's Angel Ortiz.
You are here in case number 2020 MM 3451 AO on a petty theft. Your lawyer is here in the courtroom with us. I reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender, and stay your bond at $250.
What is the offer?
You haven't gotten there yet. State, do you have an offer?
I'm sorry, Judge, could you repeat that? Bond.
$250.
As it's enhanceable and there are multiple priors, no offer today.
There is no offer to resolve your case. Because you have prior convictions for petty theft, the state has not decided if they're going to upgrade your case to a felony. I've appointed a public defender. They'll come and visit and talk to you about it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
All right. I know you've been standing up there, sir. Your name?
Dennis Moses.
Okay. All right, Mr. Moses, you're here in 20 CF 5833AO, aggravated felony, domestic, and abuse of an elderly or disabled adult. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Do we have any alleged victims?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any input from the state?
Yeah.
Hold on one moment, sir. I understand you have a right to remain silent. I just don't want you to say anything without talking to your lawyer here.
I'm a family man. I ain't in the streets no more. I fuck Rover.
ask for no contact, Your Honor, and separate residence, and no weapons or firearms, and take medication as prescribed.
All right. Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, we asked for a one-time return with law enforcement.
And State, did you have a monetary bond amount?
For the court's discretion.
Okay. All right. I'll set count 1 at 2,500, count 2 at 150. No contact with the alleged victim, no return to the scene, maintain separate residence. Defense, did you ask for a one-time return?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can return once with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve your belongings. Thank you. All right, your name, ma'am?
Giovanna Padilla.
2020 MM 409 AW, one kind of battery, domestic violence. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point to public defender. Any contact with the alleged victim?
The victim is in the booth, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and then your name?
Kenton Stottlemyre.
All right, sir, is there anything that you want to tell me with regards to this issue?
No. She's an alcoholic, and that's about it.
All right. Do you guys live together?
No, we do not.
Okay. Do you want to have contact with her?
Yes, I do.
State, do you have any questions? All right. Defense, do you have any questions? All right. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
As she qualifies for pretrial release, Your Honor.
I have that she doesn't.
She qualifies for pretrial.
Okay. What's the hold that she has? ID?
It might have been Prince, but she's clear now.
All right. All right. Any input? You want the PTR?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. I'll set your bond at $500 or pretrial release. No, I'm sorry, sir. Did you say you wanted to have contact?
Yes, I do.
All right. No hostile contact with the alleged victim. No hostile contact means no physical abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, or emotional abuse. Do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. And you'll be subjected to random UAs under the pretrial release program. Okay? Thank you.
Is it
Thank you
bond
for
or
being here, sir.
PTR, Your Honor, or straight PTR?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Is it bond or PTR or straight PTR?
It's either. If she does the PTR, it's the UAs.
Okay.
I have a question.
No possession. Yes.
With the PTR, do I have to bond her out or no?
No, the PTR, you don't have to post a bond.
Okay.
All right. No RUAs if there's no PTR. All right. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Your name, sir? Your name, sir? Or not? Hello? Your name?
Public defender.
I'm sorry?
I said, do I have a public defender, somebody represent, because I can't represent.
Sir, I don't know who you are, so I don't know if you got a lawyer or not.
Speak to the mic. Tell them what your name is.
I need to know your name first.
Oh, Patrico Guerriere.
All right, 2020 CF 5823AO. You're on possession of methamphetamine and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I'll appoint the public defender. So you have the public defender. Okay.
And I'm a patient from Aspire. I'm schizophrenic. Usually, those things help me cope better.
Okay, hold on. Understand you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So I don't want you to admit to taking methamphetamine and smoking cannabis. I'm going to set your bond at 1,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2. You're also out on pretrial release on a couple other cases. Looks like 19 MM 5481AO.
I've been found incompetent for those.
All right. And 18 CF 1901AO. Is that right? What's the status of those two cases? Is there competency on them?
Your Honor, may I have a moment?
And may I speak, sir?
Oh, hold on, your lawyer's here. If she says it's okay, then you can. If she doesn't, then
Okay, no problem.
Mr. Guerrier, wait till you speak with your attorney. Just one moment.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Competency?
Yes.
All right, I'll take no action on those cases. So I'm not going to revoke your release on those cases that you're out on bond, okay? Thank you. Your name, sir?
Michael Henderson.
All right, sir, you're out on pretrial release on a possession of cocaine, tampering with physical evidence in 20 CF 4834AO. I'm sorry, that's in 20 CF 3639AO. You're here today in 20 CF 4834, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia via arrest warrant. According to this warrant, your bond is set at $1,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2, with conditions do not possess any or use illegal drugs. I reduce count 2 to $100. State, what's the status of the case that he's out on bond? Have you filed on it?
I'm sorry, I don't have it. I need a moment.
They filed on it? Nope. All right, I'll take no action on that case. State hasn't filed on it. Thank you. Your name?
Junior Lewis.
2020 CF 5805AO. You're here on a possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, destruction of evidence, possession of cannabis less than 20 grams, and resisting officer without violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, and I'll stay your bonds on those cases. Thank you. Oh, Henderson's out on bond on something? Oh. Your name?
State your name.
Terrell Taylor.
All right, sir, you got on your ROR on 19mm 7978AO on a battery, a trespass and occupied structure. You're also ROR in 19mm 9228AO, trespass and occupied structure, criminal mischief. And your ROR on a grand theft case, 19 CF 13858AO. You're here today in 2020 CF 5821AO on one count of burglary of a conveyance. Reviewed that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll set your bond at $1,500 on that case. State what's the status of the cases that he's ROR'd on. Have you filed on him yet?
Sorry, Your Honor.
All right. So they have filed on those? No. Okay. All right. I'll revoke his release in those cases. Let the judge sign in those cases. Determine what a reasonable bond is for you.
Your Honor, did you stay the bond on the?
I reduced it to $1,500, I think.
Thank you.
Your name?
Juan Valencia.
2020 CF 5829AO, attempted burglary of a conveyance. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, and I'll stay your bond. Thank you. Your name, sir?
Blake Ryan Doble.
2020 MM 3431AO, trespass on property after warning. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll stay your bond. Is there an offer in this case, State?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, court costs, no return to the scene of the trespass.
All right, sir, if you want to resolve your case today, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days, and a no return to the scene. Do you want to accept that offer or
Yes,
walk
sir.
out of here with your bond?
Yes, sir.
Take it? All right. Can you raise your right hand for me? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, and your name again?
Blake Ryan Doble.
All right. You understand by resolving this case, we're not going to have a trial?
Right, yes.
All right. Are you pleading, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported for this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And if you've ever been convicted of a sexually violent or sexually motivated offense, by entering this plea today, it could subject you to involuntary civil confinement. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Accept your no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days of credit for 2 days. Your costs, I'll give you 360 days to pay, and there'll be a no return to the Wawa at 3100 South Orange Avenue. 30 days to appeal, sir. Good luck.
All right.
Your name?
James.
What happened to Christian Cabrera?
He's mental health, Your Honor.
All right, are we waiving or rolling him?
Waive him.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender, 2020 MM 3428 AO. Stay his bond at 500. No contact with the alleged victim. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. All right, James Johnson, that's you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, 2020 MM 208 AA. Trespass in a structure or conveyance. Review the affidavit. Found probable cause. Appoint the public defender. Stay your bond at 500. State, do you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, court costs, no return to scene of the trespass.
All right, sir, do you want to resolve your case with an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and a no return, or do you want to walk out of here with your bond?
Time, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then your name again?
James, sir.
All right, you understand that by resolving this, we're not going to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported for this.
Yes.
And if you've ever been convicted of a sexually violent or sexually motivated offense, by entering this plea today, it could subject you to involuntary civil confinement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, pleading guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Accept your guilty plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days. Court costs, I'll give you 360 days to pay, and there'll be a no return to 431 South Central Avenue. 30 days to appeal, sir. Good luck. Your name, sir?
Michael Marcellus Scott, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you're out on bond in 2020 CF 5398 AO on an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You're also out on bond in 20 MM 2892 AO, resisting officer without violence, threat to a law enforcement officer, public official, or family member. You're here today in 2020 MM 3450 AO on one count of stalking and one count of threat to a law enforcement officer, public official, or a family member. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll set your bond at $2,500. State on count one and I'm sorry, $100 on count one and $2,500 on count two. State, what's the status of the cases that he's out on bond? Looks like they're just from last week. All right, probably nothing, right? I'll take no action on those cases. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your name, sir?
Hey, Colby and McQueen Franklin, sir.
All right, sir. 2020 CF 5596 AO. You're here on one count of first-degree murder with a firearm and one count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Looks like we rolled you from yesterday to today for MH reasons via arrest warrant. According to this warrant, your bond is set at no bond on count one and no bond on count two. State any, I'll appoint the public defender, state any input with regards to release.
No contact with the witnesses or others at the scene, and no weapons or firearms.
What about with bond? It's here. I think count one's a capital offense. I have it. Which one do you need? Do you need the affidavit in support of the arrest warrant, or do you need the offense report? Do you have it?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't get it till after I was already in court. While we're waiting for that, Your Honor, the state asked the court to consider all the facts in the arrest affidavit. The defendant had been playing cards on different teams. The defendant left the room, and when he returned, he pulled a semi-automatic handgun and fired a shot to the right side of the victim's head. There were two witnesses to the incident who had been playing cards with the victim and defendant, and they knew the defendant. And, grab the supplement, I just got it. So, in essence, the key points of the supplement that's you've been given for your review, as law enforcement did recover a weapon, and the defendant also made an admission. We would ask the court to find proof, evidence, and presumption grade and hold him with no bond.
All right, any input from the defense?
Your Honor, we defer to the court.
All right. All right, I've reviewed the affidavit in support of the arrest warrant and the supplemental report. I do find proof, evidence, presumption grade at this point. I'll stay as bond at no bond. No contact with any of the alleged witnesses. No return to the scene. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Sir, I appointed a public defender to represent you so that what they can do is go ahead and set a bond hearing in front of the judge that's assigned to that case and see if they can get you a bond, okay?
All right.
All right. Count two is going to be set at... Your name, sir?
Rico Ford.
All right, sir. 2020 CF 5760AO, one kind of aggravated battery, domestic. We rolled her from the other day due to medical reasons. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point to public defender. Any contact with the alleged victim?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor, just have no contact and weapons or firearms.
All right. All right. Just make sure that you speak up into the microphone so that they're having some problems hearing you. Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, we're just asking for a one-time return with law enforcement.
All right. All right. I'll set your bond at $2,500. No contact with the alleged victim. No return to the scene. Maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. You can return once with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve your belongings. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry.
All right. Your name, sir?
Emigdio Rivera Guevara.
What happened? I'm sorry, Daniel Castillo?
Your
Oh,
Honor,
Rivera. I got it. All right. 2009 CF 15858AO. And counsel, your name for the record?
Christine Markham.
All right. Sir, you're here on violation of probation on the charges of theft, $20,000, more than $20,000, less than $100,000. The affidavit for violation of probation alleges a new law violation of a battery domestic. I'm sorry, just a battery on April 5th of this year. Your bond, according to this, is set at no bond. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defense?
Yes, Your Honor. You have the motion to reinstate bond.
I don't have that. Does the state have it?
No.
When was it filed?
It was filed on the 8th, on May 8th.
Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can find it.
I have the filed copy with me.
Have you talked to the prosecutor assigned to the case?
I have not.
We have a motion to set it for hearing.
You see it? Well,
I'd like,
State's asking that it be set for a hearing since it wasn't noticed for today. I'm just going to take a look at it. If it's something simple that I think we can take care of, we will. Otherwise, we might have to set it for a hearing in front of the judge assigned to the case. I think some of these are repetitive. If you can do it today, we'll do it today. If you can't, then we'll set it for a hearing. Who's the judge assigned to the case? Division 12. Whitehead. He's going to see Judge Whitehead in 2 days. So that's probably going to be the better opportunity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Notice it for the 14th. What time is that at? At 9:30. All right, sir. I'm not the judge that issued this bond or this warrant for the VOP. I've read the motion to set bond. It's a little bit more complicated than just saying something along the lines of that the underlying charge was dropped or that there's no objection or anything like that. So the judge assigned to your case, you'll be in front of that judge, Judge Keith Whitehead, on Thursday, and he can take a look at it for you, okay? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you on Thursday. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Castillo, Daniel
Yes.
will not
Yes.
be appearing due to behavior.
All right. Behavior 2020 CF 5827AO. Appoint the public defender. You want to waive him or roll him?
And we can wait.
Waive him?
Yes.
All right. Review the affidavit, found probable cause on the battery strangulation and the battery. Any contact with the alleged victim?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the state? Any input from the defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Ask that bond on count 1 be 1,100 on count 2.
He does qualify for PTR, Your Honor.
Well, let's see. He's got one misdemeanor. All right, we'll give him a pretrial release or 1,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2. No contact with the alleged victim. No return to the scene. Maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Your name, sir?
Benjamin Ferrero Gomez.
All right, 20 CF 5831AO, one count of aggravated child abuse, one count of battery, domestic violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Any contact with the alleged victim?
Yes, Your Honor. She advised you will not attend.
All right, any input from the state?
yes, Your Honor. We would ask with no contact with Elizabeth Zapato, who was the mother, and Aris Ferrero Gomez, who was the infant, and no weapons or firearms, to surrender the passport, and to assure his bond for trial. We'd like that court to ask to set a high bond pending further evaluation and filing decisions.
All right. Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, we asked for a one-time return with law enforcement. And bond on count 1 at 1,000, bond on count 2 at 100.
All right. Okay. All right, I'll set count 1 at $3,500. Count 2 at $100. No contact with the alleged victim or the mother of the alleged victim. No return to the scene. Maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Do you have a passport, sir?
No, I do not.
Okay. All right. You can return one time with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve any of your belongings. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Your name, sir?
Naeem Ham.
All right, 20 CF 5832 AO, one count of false imprisonment, one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, one count of battery, domestic, one count of resisting officer without violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, any contact with the alleged victim.
The victim is in the booth, Your Honor.
All right, and your name?
Brittany Ramos.
All right. Ma'am, is there anything that you want to tell me with regards to this incident?
This is not the first time. I'm scared of him. He's capable of a lot, and he's not the one I'm scared of him, but he has people that he can send to me. So I just need enough time to get out of me and my son because he put a knife to my neck with my son there. So I just need enough time to leave the state.
Okay. State, do you have any questions for her?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Any questions from the defense?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, he is entitled to a bond in this case and release. So I can't hold him in jail in order to give you more time to leave. That being said, he's gonna get a bond. I don't know if and when he's gonna bond out.
No, that's
But
fine.
we'll
I already have my flight. I'm already leaving.
Okay.
It's good that he's still here right now.
Okay, well, I can put in there that there's no contact and no return to the scene. And so part of that is that he, when there's a no contact order, no contact, and sir, just pay attention to, means that I can't tell my mom or my friend or somebody else to contact you to try and circumvent that order. So if he does have anybody reach out to contact you, that's a violation of the no contact order. And so if he violates that no contact order, then he can be put in jail without the entitlement to a bond because he violated the conditions of his release.
Okay, that's perfect.
All right. Any input with regards to release from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, that's on count 1, that bond be 500 and subsidiaries on the other 3.
All right, I'll set count 1 at $100, count 2 at $2,500, count 3 at $100, and count 4 at $100. No contact with the alleged victim, no return to the scene, maintain separate residence, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Hold on, sir. He's raising his hand as though he's got a question. You want to talk to him? Hold on. Sir, real quick. You've got a lawyer here. Let her just talk to you, and then you guys can make a decision. Hold on.
Mr. Ham, I'm Lakeisha Halen with the Office of the Public Defender. If you're going to speak about any facts, I'm just asking that you wait and speak with your attorney about it. Anything you say today can be used against you.
Not about facts. I just want my property from the house I was in.
The property is in the trash.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's a whole nother situation. Sir, you can return one time with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve your property, okay?
That's the only thing I was asking.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're entitled to that. So I'll let you do that as long as you do it with law enforcement, all right?
Yes, sir.
Can we ask?
All right.
Can we ask that the victim be given the victim's advocate number before she leaves?
Okay.
She's not here. I don't do it.
Did she just leave?
No, I'm talking about the advocate is not here. We don't have,
I know, I just wanted to be given the phone number.
unless pretrial release have it, we don't have the number.
Oh, she's not there.
I can get
know,
it. I can get it
advocates.
for her. She won't.
We're
Okay.
gonna find it.
All right. Thank you.
you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your name, sir?
Corey Crisp.
20 3442 AO, one count of battery, domestic violence. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. Point the public defender. Any contact with the alleged victim?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the state?
The victim is here, Your Honor.
Oh, they are. I'm sorry. I thought it said no contact. All right. And then your name?
Cecily Santiago.
All right, ma'am. You were listed as the alleged victim in this case. Is there anything that you want to tell me?
I want to let you know that Corey isn't a violent man. He is the head of household for 6 people. He is going through a lot due to this COVID situation, and had an outburst to which no adult could handle him in the household. That was my reasoning for calling the cops, to get him to calm down.
I do want contact with him. I do want him to be allowed back in our home.
All right, State, do you have any questions?
Oh, ma'am, have there been any previous incidents of violence between you?
Verbal arguments, but never violence, no.
That's all, Your Honor.
Any questions from the defense?
No questions, Your Honor.
Any input from the state?
Just no hostile contact, and no weapons or firearms, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, he qualifies for pretrial release.
All right, sir, I'll set your bond at $500 or pretrial release. It's your choice. The conditions either way are no hostile contact. No hostile contact means no physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, and do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being here, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am, your name?
Manfredi.
All right, 20 3452AO, one count of battery, domestic violence. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Any contact with the alleged victim?
The victim is in the booth, Your Honor.
All right, and your name?
Birch Sears, Sears.
All right, is there anything that you want to tell me? Anything you think I should consider?
It was just something that got out of hand. Misunderstanding.
All right, State, do you have any questions for him?
Were you also the victim in the prior arrest for domestic violence?
Say that again?
Sir? Were you also the victim in the prior arrests for domestic violence?
Yes.
You'd ask for no contact and separate residence, Your Honor.
Any questions from the defense?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, any input from the defense?
Yes. Per Mr. Sears' testimony, we would ask that no hostile contact and that they are allowed to remain in the same house. She also qualifies for pretrial release.
All right. All right, I'll set your bond at $500 or pretrial release. No hostile contact. No hostile contact means no physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, and do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Two. Your name, sir?
Ruggieri St. Hill.
What happened to, oh, that was Manfredi. I'm sorry. 20 3424 AO, one count of battery, domestic violence. Any contact with the alleged victim?
There's no victim here, Your
No,
Honor.
Your Honor.
All right. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
No. Any input from the defense?
Yes, Your Honor. He qualifies for pretrial release. We ask for pretrial.
All right. I'll set your bond to $500 or pretrial release. No contact with the alleged victim. No return to the scene. Maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Sir.
Hold on one second. Your lawyer is here. She's going to talk to you real quick before you say anything.
All right,
Mr.
thank you.
St. Hill, this is Lakeisha Halen with the Office of the Public Defender.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're going to speak about the facts of your case, wait and speak with your attorney using that form on the podium. Use that phone number.
All right, appreciate you.
All right. So is there anything you want to talk about, or did you want to talk about the facts?
No, it was just the fact that I have my own place.
Oh, okay. All right. Good fact.
You can go.
Oh, look at that. Freaked her out. Your name, sir? What is it?
Michael Warner.
Thank you. 20 207 AA, one count of battery, domestic violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause. Point the public defender. Any contact with the alleged victim?
Yes, Your Honor, she will not attend.
Okay. Any input from the state?
Just no contact, Your Honor, no weapons or firearms.
Any input from the defense?
Qualifies for pretrial.
All right. I'll set your bond at $500 or pretrial release. No contact with the alleged victim. No return to the scene. Maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Your name, sir?
Alfred Wiley.
Look straight
All right, sir. 20 3448 AO, one count of battery, domestic violence. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. Point the public defender.
The victim is in the booth.
All right, and your name?
Cassia Baker.
All right, ma'am. Is there anything that you want to tell me with regards to this issue?
Yeah, I'm gonna, be moving and I'm not gonna pursue the case. I'm leaving anyway.
You guys live together?
Yes,
All right. Do you want him to come home?
yes, he can.
Okay. All right, Steve, do you have any questions for her?
Just, Your Honor, since the affidavit says there's a history of undocumented domestic violence, we'd ask for no contact. Residents, no weapons or firearms.
Any input from the defense or any questions?
No questions for the.
Right. Any input?
We would ask, Your Honor, that he be allowed to return back to the home per Ms. Baker, and that no hostile contact be ordered today.
All right. All right. I'll set your bond at $500. I'm going to order no contact, no return to the scene, maintain separate residence, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. You can return once with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve your belongings. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here, ma'am. Your name, ma'am?
Marcia Zealous.
2020 3447 AO, one count of battery, domestic violence. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. Point the public defender. Any contact with the alleged victim? All right. Any input from the state?
No contact, no weapons or firearms.
Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, we ask that she be allowed to return one time with law enforcement.
All right. All right. I'll set her bond at $500 or PTR. No contact with the alleged victim. No return to the scene. Maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. You can return once with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve your belongings. Thank you. That's all of our DV.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
The next person on the docket, Eric Barnes,
Yes.
medical.
All right. PD point. What do you want to do? Waiver roll.
Wait, Your Honor.
All right. 2020 CF 5818 AO, possession of cocaine, paraphernalia, and resisting. Review the affidavit, found probable cause. I'll stay the bonds. Your name, sir?
The next person on the docket, Christopher Brown, bonded.
All right. How about Lyndon Brown?
Lyndon Brown, you're right here, sir.
All right. 2020 CF 5801 AO. You're here on one count of fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, one count of driving while license suspended or revoked. As a habitual offender, one count of possession of MDMA ecstasy, one count of possession of cocaine, one count of possession of alprazolam, one count of possession of a controlled substance via arrest warrant. According to this warrant, your bond is set at $1,000 on count one, $500 on two, $1,000 on three, $250, $250, and $500 for a total of $3,500. I'll go ahead and set your bonds at $3,500 on count one, $100 on two, $150 on three, $150 on four, $150 on five, and $100 on six. Point the public defender on all your charges. Thank you.
The next person on the docket, Tavares Barnett, bonded.
Yep. Wonderful. How about Samantha Cancel? Is that you, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
That's you?
Yes, sir.
All right, 2020 CF 5791 AO, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, possession of cannabis, and possession of paraphernalia. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. Point the public defender. Why doesn't she qualify for PTR?
What does that mean?
Unable to verify community ties.
Okay. All right, I'll set your bond. So there's two counts of possession of a controlled substance, right? I'll set your bond at $150 on each of those. The possession of cocaine, I'll ROR, and the drug paraphernalia, I'll ROR. Your name, ma'am?
Tyler Collins.
2020 CF 5815AO, possession of fentanyl, neglect of a child, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, and I'll stay your bonds. Your name, sir?
Good evening.
I'm sorry, what is it, sir?
Oh, Kenneth Lee Davis Jr.
All right, thank you. 20 CF 5798AO, possession of methamphetamine with a weapon, possession of drug paraphernalia. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, and I'll stay your bonds. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, sir. Your name, sir?
Charles Dodd, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you're out on bond in 20 CF 4992AO on an attempted burglary of a conveyance. You're here today in 20 CF 5806AO, attempted burglary of a dwelling. Reviewed that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll set your bond at $2,000 on the new charge. State, have you filed anything? Charge been filed on the old case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. He's also got an outstanding warrant out of Virginia for a DUI with no extradition. Okay. All right. I'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your name, sir?
Jalen Forcan.
2020 CF 5828AO, possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. You ever been in trouble before?
No, sir.
All right, I'll go ahead. I'll ROR you on these cases. Thank you. Your name?
Gabriel Gonzalez.
All right, sir, you're here in 20 CF 5795AO, possession of a weapon or ammo by a out-of-state felon, possession of cocaine, and possession of a controlled substance. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, and I'll set your bond at $2,500 on count one. I'll stay your bonds as they were, not the $4,000. $2,500, $150, $150. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your name, sir?
Walter Jones.
20 CF 5822AO, possession of cocaine. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Set your bond at $500 or pretrial release. Thank you.
The next person on the docket, Your Honor, is Michael King, hospital.
I'm sorry, Michael King is hospital?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll roll him. All right, your name, sir?
Lazarus Marvez.
20 CF 5820AO, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle and resisting officer without violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Stay your bonds or pretrial release. Thank you.
The next person on the docket, Your Honor, Robert McLemore.
Macklemore?
Yes, Your Honor, hospital.
You want to roll him or waive him?
Your Honor, we can waive him.
Okay. 20 CF 5819AO, one count of robbery. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. And I'm going to set his bond at $20,000. He's got prior robbery convictions. Robbery, strong arm.
They're the Horizon inmates, sorry. That's probably why she.
Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, nor return to the scene.
One moment, Your Honor.
Yeah, 20. Your name?
Jamie Negron.
All right, sir. 20 CF 5813AO, armed burglary of a dwelling with an explosive or dangerous weapon, one count of grand theft of a dwelling of $100 or more, or less than $750, one count of criminal mischief greater than or equal to $1,000. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Any input from the state?
We would just ask the court to consider all the facts in the arrest affidavit to find proof evident or presumption great and hold him with no bond.
Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, just ask the court to take in consideration that per the affidavit, the alleged weapon was taken from the car. It wasn't necessarily an armed burglary. However, we defer to the court.
We would argue, Your Honor, that once he did take possession of the weapon while he was still in the residence, that it became an armed burglary.
All right. All right, I'll set your bond at $7,500 on count 1, $150 on 2, $100 on 3. No return to the scene. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. No contact with the alleged victim. Now, is he on probation? Is there a hold for that?
Yes, this is an add-on charge. He's here on several charges.
I don't have it. Is he?
He's already.
Okay, so this was. I got you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your name?
Rick Wiesner.
Rick Wiesner. 20 CF 5830 AO, one count of possession of cocaine, one count of making false statements to a law enforcement officer. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. Point the public defender. You're also here in, is that the same case? Second count of driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge as a habitual traffic offender. Reviewed the affidavits, found probable cause. Possession of cocaine. Stay your bonds at 1,000 and 100 on the driving while license suspended, 150. You also qualify for pretrial release. So either or. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your name, sir?
Eddie Cox.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Eddie Cox.
All right, thank you. You're out on bond on a robbery, sudden snatching, 20 CF 2324 AO. You're here today in 2020 MM 3100 AO on a battery charge via arrest warrant. According to this warrant, your bond is set at $500 with no contact, no direct or indirect contact with victim. Do not possess any weapons or firearms. Do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'll go ahead and stay that bond, stay those conditions. State what's the status of the case that he's out on bond.
Doesn't look like we filed.
Did file or did not?
There wasn't information filed.
All right, I'll revoke your release in that case. Let the judge assign in that case determine what a reasonable bond is for you. Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Quantavia Jackson, bonded.
All right. Thank you.
And then the next person, Lorenzo Jareen,
Yes.
bonded.
Wonderful. How about the next one? Oh, what's your name?
Cody Kimball.
Cody No Bond Kimball, 20 CT 349 AO, one kind of driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point to public defender. I'll set your bond at $100. Your name, sir?
Roberto Silva.
All right, so you're here in 20 CT 2978 AO and 20 CT 2982 AO. Driving while license suspended, attached tag not assigned. You're also out on pretrial release on a tampering with physical evidence, possession of drug paraphernalia, and 20 CF 2932 AO. and driving while license suspended 20 CT 1689 AO PTR on that case. And you're also here in 20 MM 3434 AO on a petty theft case. Reviewed those affidavits, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. I'll stay your bonds on all the cases. These cases he's out on bond. Did he just plea those out? Supervision. Oh, PTR. They're on PTR. State. Have you filed on those?
Actually, on the traffic cases, I don't have this number. You guys have them?
I do. It's 20 CF 2932 AO. 20 CT 1689 AO is a traffic case. Does the PD know?
In the felony case, there's no information.
No info. Okay, no action on that case. First person to come up with an answer wins a prize.
And Your Honor, we'd ask you not to take action on the dual list.
Is it a felony dual list or is it just a misdemeanor dual list, right?
Yes.
But it's driving on a suspended license again and stealing again, is the allegations.
Traffic case in our system.
All right, I'll take no action. That's your prize. Thank you, sir. Your name, sir?
Your name?
Kenneth Edward Aylesworth Jr.
All right, 20 MM 3445 AO, 2 counts of battery. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll set your bond at 250 on count 1 and 100 on count 2.
For a total of 350?
Nope. I'm sorry?
For a total of 350.
350, no contact with the alleged victim. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, and no return to the scene, okay?
Understood.
Thank you.
We're good now. Okay.
Your name, sir?
Felipe Francilian.
20 MM 3425 AO, resisting officer without violence. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll stay your bond. Are we pleading these out, or is this a pleable?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, do we have an offer?
Resisting. Still.
Francilian, it's a resisting.
For some reason, I don't have that. Can you give me the defendant's name again?
Francilian.
Yes, sir.
For some reason, that case didn't come up in my packet, Your Honor.
Any objection to the court making an offer?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let me take a look here again. Adjudication, credit time served, court costs. Do you want to accept that offer?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then your name?
Felipe Francilian.
All right, you understand by resolving this case today, we're not going to have a trial? You can put your hand down. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported for this.
Yes, sir.
And if you've ever been convicted of a sexually violent or sexually motivated offense, by entering this plea today, it could subject you to involuntary civil confinement. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Guilty or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
After no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days. Court costs will give you 360 days to pay, 30 days to appeal, sir. Good luck. Your name, sir?
Calvin Jernigan.
What happened to Keith Hodge?
He bond, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Jernigan, you're here in 20 MM 3444 AO, trespass in a conveyance. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. Point the public defender. I'll stay your bond. No contact with Lazarus Malvis and Keith Hodge. State, do you have an offer in this case?
Adjudication of guilt.
Jernigan.
Adjudication of guilt, 4 days with credit time served, court costs, no return to scene of the.
All right, sir, if you want to resolve your case today, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, 4 days with credit for 2 days, court costs, no return. Do you want to accept that offer, or do you want to talk to your lawyer first?
I accept it.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you put your hand down. Your name again?
Calvin Jernigan.
All right, you understand by resolving this case today, we're not going to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported for this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And if you've ever been convicted of a sexually violent or sexually motivated offense, by entering this plea today, it could subject you to involuntary civil confinement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Accept your no contest plea. Adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days with credit for 2 days. Your court costs, I'll give you 360 days to pay, and there'll be a no return to the scene, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, 30 days to appeal, sir. Good luck. Your name, sir?
Calvin Williams.
All right, you're out on bond on 19 CF 7733AO on robbery with a firearm, attempted robbery, accessory after the fact to first degree or a life felony, grand theft, third degree, fraudulent use of credit card to obtain more than $100 in value, and lawful possession of a stolen credit or debit card. You're here today in 20 MM 3449AO on a loitering and prowling charge. Review that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll stay your bond in that case. State what's the status of the case that he's out on bond, and is there an offer in the new case? Nin- 19 CF 7733. Just want her to be comfortable. Once the mask went on. Okay. All right. They filed on that. State, do you have an offer on the new case?
I'll defer to the court, Your Honor.
I got no offer for you on the new case. I'm going to revoke your release on the case that you're out on bond. Let the judge assign to that case determine what a reasonable bond is for you. All right, name?
Megan Gallucci.
Yeah, and then revoke the one he's out. All right, ma'am. Seminole County wants you on 6 warrants for violation of probation on 4 counts of burglary of a conveyance and 2 counts of grand theft greater than $300, but less than $5,000. So what do we tell this young lady? Point the PD. The PD is going to reach out to Seminole County, and Seminole County judge is going to determine if they want to give you a bond or no bond, and then we'll have an answer for her.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right, sir. Your name?
Vernon Poe.
All right. Marion County wants you in case number 19 CF 3673 on a felony warrant uttering a forged instrument. Your bond on that is set at $2,000. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Your name, sir?
Joshua Givens.
All right. You have 2 cases. The first one is a violation of probation, case number 1610494. And you're also here in 20 CF 5816AO, possession of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia. Reviewed that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll stay your bonds on that case, And then on your VOP, on it looks like a felony battery, the bond on that is set at no bond. Appoint the public defender in both of those cases for you.
All right.
Thank you. And your name, sir?
I'm Johnny Andre Pagan.
18 CF 13419AO, violation of probation on a grand theft. According to this warrant, your bond is set at no bond. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, okay? Thank you. Who's left? I'm out of people. What's your name?
Brian Buchanan.
All right, Polk County, 19 CF 3679AO. Hold the defendant pending further investigation and direction or until transportation resumes. Is that what we're telling them?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what we tell them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir. Obviously, I wasn't the judge that saw you last time, but you've got two cases. Both of them appear to be, or one of them is Seminole County, 19 MM 8183, and one of them is Polk County, 19 CF 3679. According to Judge Rex Seidler in Seminole County, bond is set at $2,000 with the condition that you report to probation within 24 hours of your release. And the next court date is July 20th. There are no contact. They are not, or that you are to contact the judge's JA to determine how you are appearing at that time. In Polk County, per Judge Jacobson, hold the defendant pending further investigation and direction and or until transportation resumes. You understand, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And your name, sir?
Clarence Williams.
All right, sir. Seminole County case 19MM 7475AO. It says per Judge Rex Seidler, bond to be set at $2,000 with the condition that you report to probation within 24 hours of your release. And the next court date is July 20th. You are to contact the judge's judicial assistant to determine how you will be appearing at that time. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap, Your
All
Honor.
right. Great job. Great to see everybody.
Good to see you too, Your Honor.
All right, stay safe.
You too.
All right, see you guys.
Well, it took him a few minutes. A few minutes. You know he's a mess. That girl was trying to get out of him up the advocate thing. The one who says she wanted to leave before he get out of jail. She said, I get the number. She said, because he did it before, so now I want to leave.
Okay. Yeah.